Hi, in this video we're going to talk about rendering in Adobe Premiere Pro. And so what that does is, let's say you have a bunch of clips with a bunch of effects and you want to kind of get things smoothed out. So let's say you run the playback and things are kind of choppy and not flowing too well. What you could do is you could render your timeline, and what that'll do is think of it as combining all of your clips and your effects and your audio into like an actual movie and smoothing everything out for you. So what you'll notice is on your timeline, like this yellow bar means that there's three levels. There's the green, which means it's rendered. There's the yellow, which means it's not. It might play okay. Then there's red, where it means there's no render previews for you. So you're gonna have some real trouble playing it. So you don't need to render if you want to export your movie. But let's say you need to go back and you want to mess with it later. It's going to be messing with this again, it's going to be harder because it's not going to play smooth because it's not rendered. So it's always a good idea just to render your footage, and that way it's easier to deal with afterwards. So in Premiere there's a couple ways you could render. So when you go up to the sequence menu, and you could render just the effects. So if you're using a lot of effects and your playback is really terrible, then you could try rendering your effects in your timeline and see if that'll smooth out your preview. Another thing too is when you're playing back your preview here, if you go to Playback Resolution, you could change it to one of these settings. So if you have a high power video card, you might be able to get away with full. I can normally get away with half, but for this video it's not working that good, so I put it on a quarter. So anyways, going back to rendering, so you go to, so here's the effects, and then here's selections. So if you want to render just a selection, you could just select that part and render that. Or what I like to do is use the render in to out, so for the whole thing. So I'll put the marker at the beginning, press I on the keyboard, and then I'll put the marker at the ending of the clip and press O for out on the keyboard, and you'll see it puts a kind of a, I don't want to call it a highlight, but it marks it here, so that's the in and out, so that's the whole thing it's going to render. And if you can't see the whole thing, obviously you could use your sliders to zoom in and out, so you could see how I didn't get to the end of it. So I should probably do that and mark that as my O. So it's one thing you'll notice with Premiere is the marker is not going to be accurate unless you zoom in really close to it. So even if I zoom in even closer, it's not accurate. So I'm going to go back there and do O. And then I can zoom back out and get the whole thing in there. And then once you got that done, you just click on render into out. And then you wait for it to finish, and then after that you could, it should play back smoother, and then you could edit it some more if you want to work on it. Then keep in mind, once you edit something, you'll notice that if you make a change or add something, you'll have a little bit of yellow or red where the rest is green, and then you'll need to render that part. So if you just re-render the whole thing, the parts that's already rendered, it'll go by really quick, and then just render that one little part. And then when you're done, you could export it, and hopefully everything will be looking good. All right, that's it for rendering. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.